It's just lovely to meet everyone. Thanks to you all for your hospitality.
Well, ma'am, you are most welcome. I think I'll speak for everyone here when I say we have very much enjoyed the pleasure of your company.
Oh, yes! The satisfaction of speaking to another female almost surpasses the disappointment of having to tolerate the presence of yet another non-husky. Oh, how trying that must be. Sister, you don't know the half of it.
Did anybody read Dimitri's World today? No?
Anyhow, since Willameana is going back to Norfolk tomorrow, I wanted her to meet you guys and also to take this opportunity to ask you all to please help with the new campaign against food waste we're starting next week at the Mid-Atlantic Food Bank.
Huskies never waste food.
If more folks had seen the things I've seen, they'd be more careful about throwing out perfectly good food.
And what horrors have you seen, you furry walrus?
I lived through the buffalo grass famine of 2007, son. Prairie dogs were forced to eat tumbleweeds to survive. Tumbleweeds.
Bah! I'll see your grass famine and raise you an even more devastating famine that crippled my entire nation.
The Great Hunger of 1845?
No, the Great Thirst in 1936. Barley prices rose unexpectedly, and the price of a bottle of Jameson went through the bloody roof. When I was a lad, my grandfather told me at the time he was forced to spend an evening with his family, having not had a single drop to drink. He cried as he told it to me. Poor bastard. It hadn't left him, even after all those years.
Don't you think we've spent enough time reminiscing about the history of your morose little island?
The minstrel boy to the war is gone. In the ranks of death you'll find him.
Focus, Bear!
Who the bloody hell are you to speak to me like that?
I am the representative of your team of Husky campaign advisors. Remember?
Oh, right. That's the thing now.
Indeed it is. Unlike your presidential platform, which does not yet exist, despite your supposedly running for president for months.
And what do you suggest we do about it then? You don't just conjure a platform out of thin air, do you?
Of course not. But perhaps you should take advantage of this opportunity to take suggestions from these representatives of the lowly masses you hope to bamboozle into voting for you.
If we're going to talk about Jack's presidential campaign, shouldn't we wait until Toby Benson is here?
Toby Benson?
Mm-hmm. He's Jack's chief of staff. He's in Hagerstown shooting a commercial for his Krav Maga dojo with our other friend Hans Krieger. Oh, and Jack McPherson is the vice president of the United States. I may have forgotten to mention that.
When do you expect him back? Toby Benson, I mean.
I'm not sure.
Enough chatter. The sled dog is right. We must seize this moment. So, all of you, speak. What should I put in my presidential platform?
How about an old-fashioned federal public works project, like an interstate tunnel system?
Oh, can you make it illegal for people to enter their children or their pets in beauty pageants?
I'll consider it.
And can you ban all future remakes of classic Patrick Swayze movies?
I'll take it under advisement.
And can you make the food at McDonald's healthier and better tasting?
Shut your trap for fuck's sake, you babbling bastard.
Well, you asked for suggestions.
I have a proposal, if I may.
Go ahead.
The chair recognizes the feline and the ostentatious beau. Yes, thank you. I do hope this won't come across as self-serving, but I propose increasing federal funding of food charities. Future President McPherson will consider a small additional allocation, assuming there is enough left over in the budget after the Smithsonian's National Museum of the Purebred Husky has been completed.
The what?
We'll talk later.
Well, I think increasing funding to food charities would be wonderful. So would restoring the cuts made to SNAP and other public assistance programs.
It's a fine idea. And there will be plenty of money to go around once I've eliminated the U.S. Fire Administration.
He's also kind of an arsonist. That might be a little too controversial, Jack. I have another suggestion. What about seriously addressing gender inequality? Make closing the wage gap a major part of your economic policy.
How is it my problem if women choose lower paying jobs?
It isn't if it's them making a truly free choice. But if their choices are the result of sexist influences in our culture, or if they are still being paid less than men, even if they pursue a more lucrative occupation, then it's everyone's problem.
Well then, what the hell should I do about it?
You could push for laws mandating wage transparency. You could lead by example and pledge to have gender equality in the compensation of people in your administration. You could appoint women to high-ranking positions so they have the power to influence economic policies themselves. Just for starters.
Think you're clever, do you?
No, I just think it's important to prioritize women's issues, especially when it comes to economic empowerment.
Here, here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I do have to run. But it was lovely to meet you all, and I do hope I'll be seeing you again very soon.
Safe trip home, ma'am.
Away with you.
Bye, Willameana. Nice to meet you.
Your presence was more bearable than many other cats I've known.
Bye, Willameana.
Well now, put on quite a little show to impress your lady friend, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
I know what you're playing at. Trying to show me up on women's rights to look good in front of your new mott. You're as transparent as an American beer.
She's not my mott. We're colleagues.
Bah! You can't pull the wool over me eyes. I see the way you look at her. I'm drunk, not blind drunk.
How I feel about her personally is irrelevant. The notion that men, or male stuffed dogs in this case, only support women's equality because they want to sleep with women is exactly the sort of sexist attitude that feminism is meant to oppose.
Who said anything about sleeping with her?
You did.
Did not.
I thought it was implied.
Could that be because you do want to sleep with her? Checkmate! I can hardly wait for the debate. This is fun.
Add correcting gender inequality to the platform. It'll play well with your base, particularly of demoralized females desperate for any ray of hope.
Sounds like my type, baby.
Toby Benson? Hans? How's it going?
If it was going any better, I'd start feeling guilty, baby. How can you feel such joy when you have subjected me to such humiliation? Humiliation? What happened, Hans?
I thought you fellas was going into town to shoot a commercial or something.
This was my original understanding. Toby Benson requested that I allow him to make use of my gifts as an actor to promote his newly renovated martial arts dojo. The Stop and Shop, Krav Maga on the Krav Maga.
So you didn't shoot a commercial?
9. Though this is what I anticipated in my infantile naivete, the fate that actually awaited me as I entered the dojo was unexpected and shattering.
Good Lord, what happened to you?
I held a sign on the sidewalk.
Oh, damn.
You poor, pitiful bastard.
Come on now, baby. When I asked you for your help, I never promised you that we was going to shoot a commercial. Your exact words were, Hans Krieger, do you want to shoot a commercial for me, baby? Don't sound like no promise to me, baby. Besides, I paid you, and I got you a free lunch. As payment, you gave me a 7-Eleven gift card in the amount of $5, which you then invited me to use to purchase lunch. 2 birds with 1 stone, baby. Anyway, what do we miss around here?
We laid several planks for my presidential platform, which you and I will be discussing later over whiskey and sodomy.
I like the sound of that shit.
And Stuffy white knighted for his new girlfriend.
No, I didn't. And she's not my girlfriend. You got a girlfriend, baby? I've been working too hard, missing all the good shit. I don't have a girlfriend, and white knighting is a misogynistic concept invented by trolls to shame feminists.
Anyway.
Anyway, indeed. Meeting adjourned. Disperse.
Come on, Hans, I'll buy you a beer.
Danke.
I could stand a drink myself if you don't mind the company.
Of course not. Come along. Stuffy?
Sure, I'll come along.
If we go to Pete's, I could get us drafts for half price. They fear me there.
Sounds good. Millicent?
I'll catch up with you in a few minutes, babies. Just gonna see what's good in my Hulu queue. I got to see who wins MasterChef. Be right there.
Pardon me, but I believe I accidentally left my tail comb here. Did you happen to find it? Toby Benson?
Willameana. Hey, baby.